J.J. McCarthy beat out Cade McNamara for Michigan's starting QB job, and he has lived up to the hype, leading the nation in completion percentage. He's 12th nationally in passing efficiency, but it's those 147 rushing yards that make him particularly tough to defend. Jerry and Urban explaining in this week's Urban Analysis.
Coach, J.J. McCarthy had 7 carries, 57 yards. He had a long run of 21 and averaged 8 yards a carry. Doesn't sound like great numbers. Why are those numbers so important?
It's really important. First of all, when you have someone with his skill set, he's an excellent athlete. I saw that when he was coming out of high school. Excellent athlete. So number one reason you would run a quarterback is utilizing the skill of a player. It'd be a, to me, it'd be not right to have an athletic quarterback like that, not use him. Number two, once you show that on videotape, and we've talked about this many times, the defense has to, every play, defend that. Okay, big picture, what's that mean? You're less risky. You're not going to call defenses where we're not going to cover the quarterback. 7, 8 times is about perfect. You don't want to put your quarterback in harm's way, but forcing a defense to defend that quarterback cleans things up.
Let's take a look.
Okay, this is a great play. This is a lot going on here. So they're actually in 21 grouping here. So they have 2 backs. You got Donovan Edwards right here at tailback. Right. You got Blake Corum right here. So once again, that's a little bit of a different look for the defense. It's also 3rd down and 5. The quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, is going to read the defensive end. And there's 3 different things that the defense can do. He can contain or come upfield. He can play static at the line of scrimmage, or he can squeeze. Right. It's a double option. What's a double option? It means quarterback has 2 choices. One's to give the ball or keep it. Right. There, take a look. So JJ is going to take the snap, watch his eyes go directly to number 44. Right. Remember, a defensive end can do 1 of 3 things. Number 1 is contain. Right. Number 2 is play static. Right. Number 3 is going to close. Right. What's he do here? He's containing. He's upfield. Right. So the quarterback's taught, pull the ball. He now becomes the tailback or the runner, and he's running the counterplay.
Coach, what do you say we go to the clear board and draw this up?
We could draw this up for 2 hours if you want to. But this is one of my favorite plays. This is a great play.
We don't have 2 hours, but we got enough time to do it.
Yeah, if we got about an hour and a half, we'll go through and give you every different look. So, we talked before about expensive plays. This is an expensive play. There's a lot going on, but it's also, there's simplicity to the most important people, the offense line. So this is, before we get to the actual play, let's talk again about quarterback run. That's become a major part of college football. The offensive line, so it's 2 plays in one. It's a speed sweep to the left here in a minute, and it's a counter play to the right. Offensive line, they're blocking. They don't care who's carrying the ball. They're going to block counter. The play side block is blocking speed sweep, which we'll get to that here in a minute. And then finally, the quarterback is going to read the defensive end. So the defensive end here is going to be the quarterback's read. There's 3 different things a defensive end can do. One's going to be upfield. If he comes upfield, that's called contain. The other one is he can play static. That means flat-footed, square on the line of scrimmage, trying to play both. And the last one is the defensive end squeezes. This particular look, the defensive end went upfield. All right, here we go. Let's block counter. So block counter is a gap scheme front side. Front side's blocking down, inside gap. The backside guard is pulling. He's going to kick the defensive end right here. The backside tackle is going to wrap a rim, and he's going to look for the next defender, second level. The tailback is going to be the lead blocker. He is now blocking front side, speed sweep. The receiver is blocking front side, speed sweep. So you have a counter play with the offensive line. Tight end's going to block the will. Now, they're in 21 grouping. What's 21 grouping? That's 2 backs. That's Donovan Edwards, number 7, right, which is really smart to be able
to do. That was really good.
And this is number 2. So you got number 7 and number 2. Your 2 tailbacks are in 21 grouping. They motion number 7, Donovan Edwards in the backfield here. The ball snap. The quarterback, we call that the mesh. He's going to actually ride number 7. What's he doing? He's reading the defensive end. If defensive end is upfield, which he did, he pulls it and he becomes the counter runner. If the defensive end squeezed, he would hand the ball off in a speed sweep. If he plays static, that's when you see a quarterback ride him and force the guy to make a decision. So it's 2 plays in 1. So the quarterback, in this particular look you just saw on videotape, you got contained by the defensive end. Quarterback pulled it. It became a Q counter. And remember when they ran this play. 3rd down and 5. They're down by 1. 14-13 in the second quarter. This is a big part of the game. Why not put, which I believe in a lot, obviously we ran to the quarterback quite a bit. If he's your best ball carrier, one of your best, put the ball in his hands.
And for the amount of times that a quarterback will run this play, the defense has practiced it an unbelievable amount of times.
Okay.
Almost as much as maybe they've practiced some of your base runs.
Well, what's hard to do, and this is when you're running traditional, where you're handing the ball off, where else do you see every player blocked? You know, the beautiful thing about spread offense and when you're involving the quarterback, a lot of times that's when you see those big hits. Every player is blocked on defense because you're utilizing this guy as a ball carrier, not simply a guy that's going to hand the ball off.
And you mentioned this earlier. That's counter to those 5 big guys.
Yeah, the 5 guys up front, they don't care.
Tailback counter, quarterback counter, coach counter, doesn't matter. They're blocking counter.
Wait, which coach counter? They don't want to block for guys like me and you.